What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into the Biz with D right here, right now on my Fierce Wings Radio with the one and only rock star on the mic. We got Melanie Amaro with us right now. If you guys don't know who Melanie is, she won X Factor in 2011, and she's back doing the damn thing. And oh my goodness, I'm a fan. How you doing, Melanie?
I'm well, thank you. It's good to know that I have fans.
Absolutely, and I've got to say, I love your vocal tone before anything else. Like, when I saw you on the show, I was like, wow, her tone is, like, flawless.
Thank you. I'm blushing.
No problem. So let me ask you, everybody knows you from X Factor. How was that whole, experience for you, would you say?
It definitely taught me a lot about myself, as well as my artistry and the music that I do, and it's definitely taught me how to be a better entertainer. It was definitely life-changing, of course, but like I said, I had a lot of different lessons, not just with my music, but also personally and just different experiences. So I'm very happy, I'm very blessed, and I'm very happy that I went through everything that I went through with X Factor. It's definitely made me a better person, better artist, and an all-around better Melanie.
Absolutely. And let's talk about being on a, I guess we can call it X Factor reality show, but a more so a competition show. What was that like, being on like an intense show like that? Because I know people that have been on Idol, making the band. But what was X Factor like for you?
X Factor is definitely not what people think. People think that we just go on stage and we get all pretty and dressed up, makeup and hair, and just sing. It's so much more than that, so much more preparation, so much more rehearsals and, sound checks and making sure everything is good, and wardrobe, and there's so much that went into it to make sure that our performance was on point, to make sure that it was everything that it was supposed to be. And then having our mentors, whether it was Simon or L.A. Reid or whoever your mentor was, they definitely want the best out of you, so they're going to push you. So we definitely had a lot of man hours in there, rehearsals and sound checks and all kinds of different things. But it's definitely it wasn't easy. But I'm so glad that I fought through, and I was able to win. So I'm very thankful and very blessed, and I love all my fans for all the support that they've shown me so far. So
absolutely. And you mentioned the fact of learning to be an entertainer. What elements would you say qualifies an artist as an entertainer? Because people can say they've got to be that quadruple threat. They got to be able to do this, that, and the third. But for you, what would you say defines an entertainer?
Right. It's more for me, more than just being able to go up there and just sing. You got to be able to captivate the crowd. You got to be able to grab them and draw them in and keep their attention. And you got to be able to move around, dance, interact with them, make them laugh. Just be yourself on stage, in my opinion, is what makes you a great entertainer. It's more than, like I said, just going on there and just doing one thing, like I said. But for me, more than anything, you become an entertainer, or you evolve into an entertainer when you're able to grab your crowd and they're rocking with you with everything that you're doing,
Absolutely. And let's talk about, after X Factor, signing with Epic Records, and what that was like, working with Sony. Are you still involved with them?
I'm definitely thankful for all that Sony has done for me. Right now, I am working on my EP and doing things with the help of a couple people in the entertainment business right now. Like I said, the EP is coming out pretty soon. I'm really excited. I'm working on all kinds of music right now. It's a lot of hard work being done, so I'm excited to have everybody hear everything that I've been working on. So.
Absolutely. And what kind of sound are you going for? Are you going for the same sound as Long Distance and Fuel My Fire? Are you still going for that sound, or are you going for a
I'm
whole different
I'm
sound?
definitely going to be switching it up. I'm definitely going to go for more of what my fans really fell in love with me about on X Factor, like that soulful Mel, that soulful voice that they really enjoyed on X Factor. I'm going to bring that out so that way, there's going to be a little bit of everything on there for everyone. There'll be some dance tracks, and then there'll be some ballads where you'll actually hear all of my vocals and whatnot. And you'll hear the soul that America fell in love with my voice on X Factor. My fans, they beg me for it. They're like, we want to hear that big voice. So I'm definitely changing direction a little bit, but trust me, there's going to be something on there for everyone to enjoy.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you're going to, keep it soulful, but definitely have those elements of, where people can dance with it and really hear your vocals, because that's what I loved and love about your voice. Like, you have that soulful tone, and like I said, it's very rare that artists are blessed with that voice. Like, that's like, you got to be like literally one in a million to, be blessed with that kind of sound.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
No doubt. So, let's talk about, the difference between now going, even though you didn't get to come out with the album that you worked on when you had got signed, what things did you learn, like, from being signed with a major label versus now being independent?
In my opinion, they say stick to who you are and know what you want, or know who you are as an artist, and know the type of music that you want to sing, and what you want to come across in your music. So for me, independently, you have a little bit more power, or not power, but you're able to have a little bit more say than just what the labels have for you. Like, okay, just sing this or do this, So in my opinion, I just feel as though you're able to be more of yourself and express you a little bit more, instead of just being put into a mold,
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like people at that time when you did get signed, they tried to put you into a mold that you just really weren't, kind of feeling like this was, like, it was who you are?
I think they do that to lots of artists. And I mean, if I had to say, yeah, I'd probably say I was one that, they try to, if they need you to fit into a mold, then they'll try to fit you into that mold. So, and if you are not really, into that mold, and then, it's not as, they're not as enthused, so they try to, it's complicated. It definitely is complicated.
Right.
Like I said, I'm blessed to have had the experience with them, and moving forward, they were a big help. And like I said, it made me who I am and made me the artist that I am. And like I said, I'm just going to keep pushing forward and continue to try my best to make great music for my fans, because honestly, it's all about them. They have put me in this position because they want to hear me. They want to hear my voice. They want to hear me sing. They want to hear great music from me. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to continue to put out great records.
Absolutely. And the fact that, like, you and I are the same age, and, you've been able to have, being able to got such a huge opportunity and, speak so highly of, what you've accomplished, like, that's really amazing, because there's not many that are able to, speak on such, an experience and have that same positive attitude, because, the politics with the business. I mean, me and you can go on day in and day out about it, but
right.
I don't think like the fans. I don't think the fans are just people that kind of look into or try to look into the music industry. Understand that, like, there's a lot of politics involved in different situations, and all that.
Correct, right. There's a lot of politics to it, and I tell people that all the time. It's not just glitz and glamour. It's a lot more to it.
Right. Like, I wish it was glitz and glamour. I wish I could wake up and it'd be all
If it was, then lots of people would be, up and down saying that they're entertainers and they're singers and, and rappers and whatnot. But it's more to it. There is definitely more to it.
Absolutely. And let's even talk about Broadway, because I know you're big with doing theater. Is there any chances of you doing Broadway again?
I'm definitely looking into it. I love to act. I love to dance. I love to sing. So definitely, I'll be doing a little bit of acting in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually working on some things right now, but like I said, lots of people they ask me about it all the time. So it's in the works. It's definitely coming. I'm working on it.
Excited we are. And let's talk about the fact of staying consistent. Because with your brand, you've been able to keep it consistent, even without putting out a project. You've always, put out a single, just to, let the fans know, hey, I'm still here, I'm still working. You guys will get something. How important is that for you to just keep the consistency?
It's very important because I don't want my fans to feel as though, we put you here in this position, Mel, or whatever, because we want to hear you and we love you and whatnot, and I don't want to disappoint them and let them down. So it's definitely important for me to stay consistent, for me to stay out there, letting them know that I am working and I am in the studio and things are in the works. And because, I unfortunately am having to do this on my own now, without a huge label backing, it might take a little longer, but I am working, and I want them to know that. So, like I said, consistency is definitely a big, important part of everything.
Absolutely. So now, have you picked a single that we'll be hearing soon yet, or are you still going through the process of
I
selecting
actually
that right
have picked a single that I'll be putting out pretty soon. I actually love the record. I can't wait for everyone to hear it and be able to turn it up in the car and sing it on your way to work, or having it on a Friday night when you're out with your girls, or you're out with the guys, because guys are going to be able to get into it too, and bob their head to the song and enjoy it. So I'm super, super duper excited and cannot wait for everyone to hear it.
I'm excited too, especially talking about a record that we can turn on going out, so like that, because feel good records are the way to go. With me being an artist as well, I always say, if it's not feel good, I don't want it, because it's got to resonate within the soul.
Agreed, definitely agreed. Like I said, I'm looking forward to putting out this song and for everyone to love it and play it wherever they are, and whether, like I said, you're driving in the car, either on the highway or in the street, I want you to turn it up and blast it and then just enjoy the record. That's my ultimate thing, is that when I pull up next to you and you don't realize it's me next to you, I want to see you jamming the record, and I want you to have a good time to it, and I want to see people turn it up while they're enjoying the song.
Absolutely. I'm sure they will, especially with, like I said, you got a great tone, and like the music that you put out throughout the years have been great. So, and you got that fan base that is still waiting and still patient. So I'm sure once you drop it, it's gonna be that moment that should have happened a while ago, but it would have. It's gonna have a epic. I'm gonna use the word epic. It's gonna have an epic impact.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so good to hear. Thank you.
No doubt. So, besides the EP coming out, what else can we expect?
Like I said, I've definitely been working on some different things, putting my foot in the water with acting and whatnot. So definitely looking forward to working with some people in the acting area in the movie industry. I'm definitely going to look about doing something with Broadway and stage plays, because I've always loved, acting on stage. And live is so much different from real, So it's definitely, it's challenging. And I think I like the challenge. I'm up for that challenge, to be able to, give that emotion raw on stage than, being able to say cut and do it over again on screen. It's different. So I definitely have been going back to the Virgin Islands quite a bit to do a few concerts there, and thank all the people from back home that have supported me through everything that I've done. And I just love each and every one of you who have stood by me through everything. I'm so grateful.
Absolutely. Well, Melanie, thanks so much for this interview. We definitely appreciate your time, and we're definitely rooting for you. And keep it going. Like, you've got our support. And
thank you so much.
We just can't wait to hear the single. Anytime.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
When can we expect it?
I'm definitely going to be putting it out in the next month or so. Yep. So I'm super excited. Once the date has been decided, we will be putting it out on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot, and putting it out so that everybody knows the exact date of when it should be out. And I hope to hear it, on your show and on everybody else's show. So.
Oh, for sure. That's nothing but a promise right there. You got that. You got our word on that. We definitely support. So, Melanie, tell everybody where they can follow you as like your social media, your website, before we have you do a drop for us.
Okay, awesome. You can follow me on Twitter at It's Melanie Amaro, and then you can follow me on Instagram at It's Melanie Amaro 26. You can stay up to date with me on there. I update almost every other day or so. And if you have questions and comments and whatnot, please feel free to, at me and let me know what you think. And, I'd love to interact with my fans. So, hey, this is your girl, Melanie Amaro, and you're listening to The Biz with